to. On the other hand, Hansi Flick, if you are a Barcelona fan out there, what are you thinking about Hansi Flick? Because after all said and done, he won the league for you guys in the first season, but you can only go far with the way this team is playing. They cannot defend. They don't put pressure on the ball. And they have this criminal high line. Barcelona has no goalkeeper. Not only do they have defenders. So I don't know how they intend to make it on the big stage. And they look very, very happy.
Watch Friendship TV right now.
Transit Sports TV back again. Match 5, day 1 of Champions League this season. What an annoying night. Just like on Sunday, people pulled up at the Emirates to watch Tottenham Derby, and it became... Barcelona is in town in London, Stamford Bridge, and you think you're going to sit down to watch an interesting game, and it turns to academic players playing against the first team of Chelsea. And if you remember last season, after Barcelona conceded 4 goals in the semi-finals, I said this team cannot win Champions League playing like this. And today, yeah, but don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Hit the like button, and most importantly, I want to know what you think in the comment section. I have a big question at the end of this one if you watch the end. But please go ahead and like as well. You know, when you like the video and make this comment, YouTube pushes these videos to the next viewer to see the content. Please help us in that regard. So like I said, this is the match day 5 of the Champions League, day 1 of it, Tuesday, and we have results that came in today. I'm going to run through those ones before I touch base with the Barcelona visiting Stamford Bridge today, and of course Manchester City losing at home to Leverkusen. Ajax lost at home to Benfica 2-0. Galatasaray lost at home to Union Giloes. Bodo Glimt lost at home to Juventus 3-2. For Galatasaray lost 0-1. Borussia Dortmund beat Villarreal 3-0. Chelsea beat Barcelona 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. Manchester City lost at home to Leverkusen. Olympique Marseille came from behind and beat Newcastle 2-1. Napoli beat Karabakh FK 2-0 at home in Italy. And Slavia Prague had a 0-0 draw against Athletic Club. And we wait for this match 5, day 2 tomorrow, when some of the big boys will be playing. So let's talk about Barcelona and Chelsea. Once this game started, bearing the fire, Barcelona had the first clear-cut chance for Ferran Torres. It was very obvious that all Chelsea prepared for was Barcelona highline, and you know that you're going to get this. And it was very obvious that that's what Chelsea prepared for. And sometimes begin to question these coaches if they actually really want to win games for their fans, or they just come to look after themselves or just make mess of their teams. I'm talking about Barcelona, Hansi Flick now. Over and over and over and again, we see teams have tap-ins, square balls, because of this highlight, this criminal highlight that Barcelona play all the time. They have Barcelona showed no intent to defend, and neither were they pressing high. So it was very obvious that Chelsea knew that this is how it's going to happen. If you are a Chelsea fan, the only thing you have to worry about was Sanchez, because of the way Chelsea set up and their game plan, they wanted to drop Barcelona in and then play through them. So Sanchez has one of those moments, and I think that's how Barcelona generated their first big chance, with the squandered, and the rest became story. So yeah, when you look at the game, another thing is, starting from the lineup, I know Barcelona has injuries. Lewandowski starting this game today, he was always going to make it easy for Chelsea because he cannot press. Barcelona as a team can't really press. I don't know, they keep this high line, they try to make the team, the field small, but they don't have energy, they don't press. Then you add Lewandowski to it, we are screwed. So it was never a competition for Chelsea. Chelsea will only not win this game today if they decide not to win by their own performance. But it was obvious that Chelsea was going to win this game today. And it's on Hansi Flick, because I say this all the time, you have to be able to be adaptive as a coach. You can't just say, I will live and die on one way, because other coaches are watching, other teams are watching. You can do that in Spain where teams respect you, but when you come to Europe, teams will figure you out and they will score goals. And today, Chelsea did just that. Enzo Maresca, I tell Chelsea fans all the time, they said once he wins one game, they are mad. He loses one, Today, he's shown that he did his homework well, set up the team, and all Chelsea needed to do was just to remain patient. And Barcelona was always going to hand them that opportunity, and they did. And things became worse when they even got the red card in the first half, and Barcelona could not find a way. And that's how this one ended today, 3-0. Barcelona are now having the fear, if they continue like this, because the next game against Atleti, I don't know how they're going to navigate that game. If they don't win their next game, Barcelona right now are 15th on the table with 7 points. If they don't win their next game, they could be struggling to qualify to the next stage in Champions League, and that is not in any way interesting at all. Chelsea has climbed to 4th position after winning today, and giving themselves a very brief chance to qualify for next stage, not automatically. The other game was Man City losing at home to Leverkusen, a team that has struggled this season. You remember they sacked Erik ten Hag after losing series of games. And City at home, Pep rested a lot of the big guns. And if they had won this game today, they would have gone first on the table until Bayern Munich and Arsenal play tomorrow. Sometimes these coaches, again, you don't know what they are thinking. City don't have a big game, a massive game on the weekend. I think they're playing Fulham away from home. I don't know how that is serious. That for you to bench Haaland and some other big boys in the team. And that's what you got today, losing at home 2-0. I know they still have 3 games to go. Somehow they will make it. But you don't want to stop the momentum. And City, there was really nothing from them today. So yeah, the big question now is football leveling up? There are no big teams anymore. Is football leveling up? Anybody can now beat anybody. Before, yes, sometimes you see surprises, but now it's becoming more often than not that anything can pull up and just get 3 points against any big team. And it's not any surprise. And nobody really cares if people go about their business as if it's normal. So let me know that Leverkusen coming today to beat Barcelona, beat Manchester City 2-0 away from home. Newcastle looked like they were serious today, going ahead with Harvey Barnes, who have been scoring goals with reckless abandon recently. And all of a sudden threw that away. And Marseille beat them 2-1. So let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think Pep was thinking today? Was he right to rest the players, or do you think what City had on the field where it was good enough to wrap up this one? And what will you put that loss to? On the other hand, Hansi Flick, if you are a Barcelona fan out there, what are you thinking about Hansi Flick? Because after all said and done, he won the league for you guys in the first season, but you can only go far with the way this team is playing. They cannot defend. They don't put pressure on the ball. And they have this criminal high line. Barcelona has no goalkeeper. None of them have defenders. So I don't know how they intend to make it on the big stage. And they looked very, very abysmal today. It was a shame for those of you out there who are Barcelona fans. So let me know what you think in the comment section. And let's meet again tomorrow for the big game. The first 2 teams on the table, Bayern Munich visiting Emirates tomorrow. Now, see you again next time. Ciao.